Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning with me, Brigand Hall. Let's go to the upper city. It doesn't look like it's going to be nearly as big, which is awesome. So it won't take us nearly as long to get through all the NPCs here. Oh no, this is the main quest guy, right? Yeah, we're not talking to this guy yet. We'll save that for until we're ready to actually progress the main story. Alright, Temple of Lyria. Let's just make sure there's no... Alright, son and daughter of Lyria.
Do you seek fate weaving? See priestess.
If you've come seeking prayer and sanctuary, you are welcome here.
Let's probably get a good look at this temple. It probably looks really cool. Yeah, not bad. Mare, Queen of Cups.
Yeah? What are you doing here? I don't suppose you're becoming a child of Lyria.
No, travelers.
They break away from all the rules, the trappings, and be themselves. I remember that was why I first joined.
The Hierophant.
I've taken orders before, but a commander ought to at least look a soldier in the eye when telling them what to do. But the Hierophant doesn't do that. The orders just come in secret and no one takes responsibility for them. A damn fool idea, if you ask me.
I agree. A moon camp.
I spent my life growing up in the upper city of Rathir, so you might not understand, but I love that camp. There's always colors and dancing and music. I feel free there. It's hard to be apart from it. Stupid Irian.
Mare, Queen of Cups.
I'm not the queen of anything now, and I'm not keen to do any talking.
Okay. Irian, King of Cups.
The damned fool. All the work I do for him in camp, all the sacrifices I've made to be with him, he's ignored it all. He made a little mistake, but that's the last one. I won't wait around until he forgets me entirely.
You're Mare from Moon Camp?
Lyria, you think you might want to speak a little more quietly? I don't need anyone here getting wise to me. And let me guess, you're a traveler and you've been called to seal the cowl of the maiden. Well, I beat you to it. Cowl's mine.
You should forgive Irian. You should forgive Irian.
I guess you're right. Irian has a flair for the melodramatic, sure, but I know he's taken my loss hard. It seems I can't get away from the travelers. They really are my life. Fine, take the cowl. I'm headed back to Moon Camp. Dismissed. I couldn't stomach life in the Temple of Lyria anyways. Moon Camp is where my heart and soul reside.
Mare, Queen of Cups.
I once lived in Rathir's upper city, and then I fell in love with a man that sold songs for a living. Irian. But there was little joy in my father's heart for our feelings, so I left for the travelers, just a wisp of a lass. Dismissed.
Dismissed. Can't dismiss me. Abelira Serenin?
Tell me, what brings you to this sacred place? For prayer? For the weaving of your fate? Or for the orison?
Don't know what the orison is. Temple.
This temple was founded by Dalentarth herself, mother and prophetess of our people.
Lyria.
It is said that our goddess is the goddess of magic, but by so being, she is goddess at the heart of things, of mystery, and the true weaver of fate.
Fate weaving.
There is something peculiar about you. The threads are... But you know of this, don't you? Then you are the one. I had heard rumors, but never thought... Well, it is good to meet you. You have drawn Lyria's attention. May I look into your cards?
You can do your best. By Beala Tyran.
It was High Priestess Tyran who led our people from Glen Sutton. It was she who found Rathir. It was she who sheltered and guided us, who made us who we are.
What is the orison?
Though few of your kind do, all are welcome to the Orison. Perform 3 tasks of devotion to Lyria, and in exchange, earn her blessing.
Is it a permanent blessing? What are the tasks?
Sojourn, service, and giving. They wind from outward to inward, and from the depths of our history to this very moment.
Lyria's blessing.
It is no idle turn of phrase. Though you gave of yourself to earn it, your gain will be greater than the sacrifice.
Alright, where do I start?
You began when you entered this temple. The first task is the Sojourn. Have this. It is an amphora. With it, travel to the 3 springs blessed by Priestess Tyrian on her sojourn from the north. Fill the amphora with some of each spring. One is just outside Rathir, a second in Lower Galafor. The third is in Snowmelt Pass.
Where is Snowmelt Pass? What must I do again?
Bring the amphora I gave you to each of the 3 sacred springs. They are just north of Rathir, in southern Galafor, and in Snowmelt Pass. When you are done...
Okay, I'm curious. There's Galafor, Rathir. That's Snowmelt Pass. Okay.
return to me.
Works for me. Dear citizen, your city watch. Sela Twain.
Welcome to our temple. I am a daughter of Lyria, one of many sons and daughters who have devoted themselves here. My station is to look after the relics sacred to our order. Sadly, many of the relics we once had are now lost.
The war.
It has left so many scars on our city, our souls, and the land beyond. Nor has it stopped taking life.
Temple of Lyria.
All are welcome here to pray, to reflect and find peace. If you seek fate weaving or the Orison, you should speak with the High Priestess.
Lyria.
The goddess of magic, fate, mysteries. We believe that order and chaos are how others want the world to be. But Lyria is concerned with what is, and what can truly change it. True wisdom is knowing the one and grasping the other.
High Priestess.
Priestess Saranen oversees the temple. Though her station is high, she is gracious and open to all who visit. She will weave your fate if you ask, or lead you on the sacred ritual we call the Orison. You should speak with her if you wish to know more.
Done and done. Gardens.
The Lunar Gardens, or sometimes the Garden of Eternal Night, dedicated to the goddess Lunala. How it works is a mystery.
It's right up y'all's alley, right? Worshipping, Lyria. Lunala.
Lunala is goddess of night, the moon, and what is hidden. It is said she is Lyria's handmaiden, or her daughter, or her younger sister.
I guess y'all's mythology figured out. First burning.
It was long ago. I don't know very much about it. There were the plague times, and then the burning, and then they were over. The second burning came when the Tuatha broke through our defenses. They set our southern keys on fire. I remember it. I watched from here.
Why were the relics lost?
When the war first came, we sent one out to every stronghold keep. This served 2 purposes. It brought faith and strength to our soldiers there. And if Rathir fell, some relics might still remain. We have announced a gold reward for their return, but sadly, none have yet come back to us.
Alright, I'll keep watch for them.
Please do. There are at least 6 that I know of, sent to the major strongholds of the plains of Arethel. Bring any you find to me. Lyria rewards those in her favor.
Strongholds.
The great Alfar strongholds of Arethel are Dolve Arn, Verki, Rithen, Candrian, Dolve Whale, and Corgan Hold.
Alright, at least one of those I haven't been inside of. I found some relics.
More than one! Oh, truly, Lyria's fortune shines upon you. Take this as a token of her gratitude.
Where are the lost relics?
They were primarily sent to the strongholds of the plains of Arethel, but any that you find will be gladly welcomed and thanked with gold.
Alright, is this a task? Or is it a... Yeah, okay. It is just a task. Alright, I believe that's everyone to talk to in here. Let me just double check. Alright, let's get out of here.
The city watch never rests.
Let me just check something real quick. City watch, city watch.
Good, my lady Coriana won't eat. She won't sleep. All on account of a poor, sick Malian. Woe on House Anwan.
Malian.
Poor boy, he sleeps and tosses and turns. From the things he says under his breath, his dreams must be ghastly things.
A Lady Coriana.
My poor lady. What grief she's known. Her daughters lost to Cluricon, and her husband to the war before that. Her son Malian is all that's left to her, and the only seed of House Anwan.
House Anwan.
Oh, my masters aren't like some up spire top. Just one name to our house, thank you very much. And nearly old as Rathir at that. There are but 2 left of Anwan blood. One soon enough if young Master Malian does not mend.
Oh, what's wrong with him?
The healers say bad blood, but my lady swears it's poison. He sleeps and sleeps, but he's never any better.
Can I do anything to help?
Well, it's hard to say. The healers are no use. You could go to her yourself and ask. No harm in that. You'll find my lady in the house, by poor Malian's side most likely.
Bad blood.
The young master's sickness, yes. He's the last one living, what with the others dead in the war.
Where is your lady?
Here, in House Anwan. She spends most of her time by poor young Malian's sickbed. Do help my lady if you can.
Move along!
I will do my best. What was this place? Oh, the Scholia Arcana.
Welcome. Before you lies the Scholia Arcana. All are welcome upon our grounds, though we ask you do not disturb the students.
Students.
Every mortal who shows promise in the art is welcome among us. Of course, they must pass the trial. We must have standards.
Scholia Arcana.
600 years of magical scholarship and training. Nor did our history prevent us from accepting the younger races.
Younger races.
The Almain and Varani, of course. It was not so many generations back that only the gnomes and Alfar possessed magic. And still, no one knows what kindled this sleeping talent in their breasts.
Rathir.
Did you know this spire rock was first settled by a hermit mage and his disciples? Only when Jotun marauders threatened the Twili Bluffs did the rest seek safer refuge here.
Okay. We will save this Scholia Arcana for probably last. House wyvyrn-gifre. I think that's how it's pronounced, right? Gif? Or is it Gurf?
Good evening, my lord.
Hello, servant. Rathir watch, Megessa or... Alright, let's talk to
I am
you.
the governess of Miss Wyvern-gifre. It is my
Yeah, Gif.
duty to train my charge in matters of speech and persuasion. I will confess, there are days I yearn for a more eager pupil.
Your charge.
I do not blame her. Were her parents more persuasive themselves, such willfulness would have been smothered long ago.
Rathir.
We are a people of subtle speech and hidden hands. All around us at great beauty, yes, but what does it hide?
Persuasion.
A topic that interests you? Would you like to learn some of the art? I am confident a small lesson would be permitted by the house.
Nope.
So long.
Persuasion is maxed out. You know what? If it's a... yeah, let's go ahead and grab this. So I better use that for that quest.
Did my parents send you? Are you some sort of new instructor?
I am not. Wyvyrn-gifre.
I don't know which is worse. The snotty wyverns or the foolish fawning gifts?
A Rathir.
Suppose it's nice enough, but then I wouldn't know. I have nothing to compare it to.
Well, I feel like that's about to change. Maywin's parents.
I know what they want. They want to marry me to some snotty, spoiled son of another great house. Then I can become Maywin wyvyrn-gifre fiddlestuffs.
Instructor.
You're not an instructor? I thought they might have sent another. They've had Majessa here for almost a year now. She does always get me to attend to her lessons somehow, though I'm not sure how she does it.
Persuasion. This is for you.
What is this? Have my parents seen this? Oh, Lunala's starry smile. Yes, yes, and yes! To Chloricon. Think of it. They won't like it when they hear. But what can they do? Buy me out of it? No, not this time. Thank you, stranger. Thank you.
Well, Godspeed. A notice of duty.
Imagine, right in the thick of the war, and me with a sylvan spear, facing red-eyed howling Tuatha. And life beyond the spire.
Well, she's excited about it. Don't like delivering bad news. I feel like the inside of this mansion it'd probably be a little chilly. I imagine there's a fair bit of a draft.
Come, be at ease. Wyvern-gifre are not so stiff or haughty as some great houses.
Wyvern-gifre.
If it were the custom to take your husband's name, I might have been Tanra Wyvern, and there would have been no sneering whispers. It caused enough of a stir that my husband added his name in front of Gif. Well, I am proud to share it.
The war.
The great families, most of all, must show their support for it. Everyone looks to us. I cannot understand Coriana Anwan on this point. I ask you, was there ever any doubt what this Gadflow was? Or that he must be torn from his throne? Why let him stand?
Tanra's daughter.
At first I was greatly alarmed at this talk of serving in Chloricon. But then I thought, there are posts that never leave Melson Shear. And the right word in the right place can surely find her just such a position.
Rathir.
I get so angry when I hear people speak against Rathir's full engagement in the war. It is a disgrace to us all, and before the eyes of our Losafar cousins too.
Great houses.
There are 10 great houses that flank the spire's rise, and 2 upon its top. One of those is wyvyrn-gifre. So do not listen to any idle rumors. I bear no one ill will. If some are too haughty to speak with me, the shame is on their own heads.
Coriana Anwan, or Anwan.
She actually seems to believe Rathir should defend itself, and let the rest of the world rot. I'm truly sorry that her son is ill, but would she wish the healers to let him die because they have no Anwan in their blood?
Okay. Come on,
On
Epsil.
behalf of myself, my wife and my daughter, I welcome you to the Spire Top, and all that House Wyvern-gifre can offer.
Okay, your daughter.
She is being sent to Chloricon. This is preposterous. If my enemies wish to harm me, let them launch subtle machinations against my own person.
Wyvern-gifre.
It is peculiar, I confess, that we kept my name, but the Wyverns are a very old family, and all agreed it was best if it were joined with Gif.
Temple.
I'm a spiritual man myself and visit the temple gardens daily. The High Priestess offers blessings, counsel, and fate-weaving.
Spire top.
Atop the spire, you will find the 2 preeminent great houses, Anwan and our own. You will also find the Scholia Arcana, the Orbicant, and the Temple of Lyria.
Scholia Arcana.
You are a student there yourself, are you not? Many of the important and powerful in Rathir have graced those halls. I wish you fortune.
Orbicant.
The Orbicant is our ruling council. Its members are shrouded except the Elund, who speaks for them.
Epsil's wife.
You must forgive my lady Tanra if she sometimes speaks out of temper. It's been very hard for her. You see, some of the great houses have been slower to accept her than basic civility demands they should.
Episode wyvyrn-gifre.
I'm the patriarch of the wyvyrn-gifre Great House. Show the proper respect.
Okay, that was unnecessarily aggressive. We've been having a nice casual conversation up until that point. Give me your signet ring.
Are you serious? You must have had one too many ales, rat. Stay away from me. So long.
No? I'm gonna take this.
Guards! Guards! You there! Halt!
I'll pay the fine. That should have taken care of that. Cool.
Don't mind me.
I guess so long as I get paid more than I spent paying my fine, then I should be all right.
No entry, I'm afraid.
Obviously. Jeez. All right, let's go talk to
The watch sees all.
House Anwan. Let's see, we're gonna go over here first. Take care of some of this, these chests. Well, they're not chests. Odd that they would have peasant shoes in a great house, but sure. Malian's lips move and his eyes flutter beneath his eyelids. His sleep is neither dreamless nor peaceful.
My son Malian is gravely ill. The healers say his blood is diseased, but I am sure it must be poison. If I were younger, I'd go and find the Lepidus myself and prove them wrong.
Wyvern-gifre.
The wyverns were of respected and decent lineage, though their wealth was not great. Then the merchants Gif bought House Wyvern, much to our surprise. They have mixed sea wash with fine wine.
What a lovely lady. Talera.
She is lost in the wilderness. She searches for mythical solutions to real problems. How can this stalemate end? One would imagine a Losalfar general to use a bit more wisdom to combat the Tuatha.
The war.
So Tanra Gif has been spreading more artless rumors, has she? I'm not against the war. Haven't I given my husband and daughters to it? But I fear for the sovereignty of Rathir. The army under General Talera has too much liberty, land, and sway. And what do we get in return? Brutal and heavy-handed approaches to a complicated problem. More sophisticated tactics might have saved lives.
Malian.
His father died in the Battle of Galliffer Plain. His sisters in Cluricon. He is all I have left, and he is slipping away from me.
House Anwan.
Our line is ancient. However, if my son Malian is not cured, we shall wither, and the weeds of wyvern-gifre grasp ever higher.
Blood disease.
The healers name it as an affliction of the blood, but Anwan blood has bent beneath no malady in generations. No, Malian was poisoned, I am sure.
Alright, battle for Gallifore Plain.
It was early in the war, and until that time we had known only defeat. The day was won, and my husband lost.
You need Lapidus? Is it Lapidus or Lapidus? Or...
Bring my son this wild plant, and I will see you richly rewarded. This I swear.
Okay, are you sure it'll work?
Of course not. But my family legacy says it will, and I have no wish to watch my son die while there is still a chance for hope.
Where can I find it?
There's only one place that I know of. The Acathan wetlands. You must search for it there. You will know Lepidus by the shape of its blue flower.
Lepidus.
It is an herb with natural properties. It is not strictly alchemy, and it does not cure a poison. However, it can relieve the symptoms for a time. Malian will still need an antidote before he is fully well.
Where is the Lepidus again?
The wetlands of Akatha. Find it and bring it to my son with all due haste.
Okay.
Be wary. I have sent servants before.
Alright, to the Scholia Arcana. Or Arcana. I think that's it for up here.
Move along, citizen.
Seems like a pretty large place. Hopefully, oh boy. Initiate, initiate, initiate. Well, good. So there's a lot of people to talk to here. Just to make sure, though.
Good, Joe. Use your wrist handle or swing to the boat.
Telemachus Rasp.
The maid who hesitates is lost. You must be confident. You must strike. Ah, a newly recruited student. Welcome. Please join us. We're simply preparing for some field research.
Okay, Telemachus Rasp.
I oversee the training of initiates here in the Rathir chapter. Defensive work, mostly. To protect themselves while doing research or going on expeditions.
Scholia Arcana.
Magic is reaching all races. If we do not know what its limitations and strengths are, then we are in for darker times.
Rathir chapter.
There are a number of advantages to basing ourselves in Rathir. The plains are among the most magical of the regions in these lands. And we receive special patronage from the Orbicant, the rules of Rathir, for the purposes of furthering the study of magic.
What's going on?
Part of the training involves sending initiates to Gloam Thicket, a Fey hollow in Akatha. It gives my pupils first-hand experience with Fey magics. Now that I think of it, I believe you're overdue for some field research yourself. Care to investigate?
Yeah, sure. What's wrong with Gloam Thicket?
I try to give the initiates some perspective on the scope and types of magic. Part of this involves seeing the magic of the Fey. Gloam Thicket was an ideal spot for them to observe Fey magic. But lately, they haven't been returning. Something's preying on the initiates.
Okay, I'll do it.
Like I said, it's in the Akatha. Given the environment and the presence of Morgan, I'd say a Banshane priestess has awakened. Dangerous things. I suggest fireballs to the head repeatedly until it stops moving.
I'll use a hammer instead. Gloam Thicket.
It's nestled in the flooded plains of Akatha. Never used to be more than Morgan there, but now it's something more serious.
Okay, and what do I do in Gloam Thicket?
Find the Banshane priestess that's killing our initiates, and put it down.
Okay. I can handle that. Probably.
Greetings.
Dormitory. Alright. There's a couple people to talk to in here.
Casting magic is something I can handle, but all this theory. How am I supposed to summarize the 9 principles of warding in 10 words?
Scholia Arcana.
The Order. It's one of the most respected orders in the Feylands. I spent the better part of my life training to be a part of it.
Rathir chapter.
I hear there's more tutelage that goes on here at the Rathir chapter. And when you've learned enough, you're sent out into the world. I even hear some go to Isa.
That's where I started. Han Uri? Uri?
You're never too old to learn something. That's what I always say. Of course, it helps that I forget everything half the time.
Oh, it keeps
Be seeing you.
make sure that you always have space to learn something new. If you keep forgetting stuff. Oops. Can I talk to the prefect?
I've heard rumors. Something's happening.
Whoops. Alright, we'll just reset that. Oh, ran out of time.
Hello there.
Hello. I'll take your money and... Siobhan Reen.
I have healing abilities if you seek some aid.
Siobhan Reen.
I joined the Order to become a battle mage, but I quickly learned the horrors of such magic. I elected to study healing instead.
Okay. Scholia Arcana.
I came to the Order years ago, eager to learn how magic can be used to help the mortal races.
Rathir.
I've lived in Rathir my whole life. This is the heart of the Alfar, the center of the world.
Healing.
Healing is a discipline that not many choose to pursue here. There is a stigma that it is a craft for village elders and common folk. But it involves mastery of spellcraft, alchemy, and anatomy. Many simply lack the patience needed to learn these works. Come anytime.
Hey, Tales Collection 6. The Thigh Diaries. Okay. Where you could hold her under the starlit sky. There, under the eaves of whispering trees, the soft loam beneath them, he could be hers, and she could be his. And for one night of a passionate embrace, they were together. She would always remember his arms holding her gently, but with the strength of his desire for her. His firm, calloused fingers so lustfully gripping her waist, his sweat dripping onto hers, and mingling in the rhythmic crush of their bodies. His breath falling on her shoulder carrying the heat of a devotion, his devotion for her. The straps to her dress had long been torn asunder and discarded to the surrounding grass. And when they first embraced, she thought only for a moment of her belongings. They were shed slowly with anticipation, gripping her stomach, like another one of his fingers. For hours, only the panting and sighs of love broke the silence of the dew-filled field. As they lay with each other, he caressed the contours of her body. She felt every moment of his touch as a lifetime of ecstasy. Alright. Found 6 out of 10 of his books.
Good evening.
Alright, at least now we're done in the dormitories. We have, what, two more locations? Or 2 more interiors within the Scholia Arcana? So this guy's wielding a hammer.
Hello.
Hello. I'm gonna come here and loot all these plants real fast.
Greetings. Nice to be out, I
Oh.
expect. I hear the fieldwork the Scholia Arcana assigns is as dangerous as it is exciting.
Scholia Arcana.
A collection of smarter people I'm sure I've never seen.
Rathir.
Spent my life growing up around the docks. Love all parts of this city, from high to low.
Diod Twilt.
Grew up in Rathir. Always had a head for letters. Was a bit sickly as a youth, so there was little for me to do but read. Once I was of age, I joined the Scholia. Stay strong.
Greetings. Greetings.
Right, to the library. Ooh, a hidden door. Haven't found one of those in a while, it feels like. Initiate. 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 Prefect. Prefect. Initiate. Let's go back here and grab this.
Artancade is an expert.
Threadbare circlet. This ancient bronze circlet riddled with cracks appears to be missing something from its crown. Alright, that's everything for Durful. Adept Morticrum Adler.
Come to have a look at our library, haven't you? We'll take it in.
Scholia Arcana.
Studying magic is one thing, but it should be done while walking the plains or the woods or deserts, not in some library.
Sage crafting.
You have the passion for craft as well. Purest form of the Scholia Arcana, I think. Directly interacting with and manipulating the magics of our world. Shame that I have no skill with it myself. There are few others around that might be of help. Orthanara or Artancade.
Rathir chapter.
I love the campus, but there's too many people who'd rather have their noses in books than in the dirt. Can you believe it? Been a pleasure.
Idris Theonin.
Are you here for the evaluation? I've already administered the written copies. This will have to be an oral exam.
Okay. Scholia Arcana.
Were it so easy to summarize an institution like the Scholia Arcana in a few short words, books, I think, do it slightly more justice.
Okay. Rathir chapter.
The Rathir chapter has some of the finest collections of manuscripts in the plains of Erethel. I guarantee it.
Idris Theonin.
I oversee the library in the Rathir chapter. Many walk the road of knowledge, but I make sure they do so in an orderly manner.
Good for you. What's the evaluation?
Members of all ranks, regardless of their skill, must always know the value of research and perception. I understand your studies with us are a unique situation, so let's consider this practice. Take this book, read it, and understand what it means to be part of our order.
Tell me about this book.
The Omnibus Arcana is a staple of the education in our institution. All first-year students are given a copy to study. The lessons involve an introduction to the rigors of studying magic, as well as the value of applying yourself to your studies. Each book is different for every user, but they all impart the same basic knowledge.
Alright, very well.
This is the Omnibus Arcana. It is a magical text that holds the collected knowledge of our order. It is also imbued with a certain form of intelligence. Follow its directions as you would my own.
Okay. Omnibus Arcana.
This is an introductory text given to all first-year students. It's considered canon.
Alright, where should I go?
The test begins in the courtyard. From there, you're on your own.
Okay. We're done in here, at least. As a quest we will pursue at a later date. Let's go inside the big building. There's a ton of icons. Oh, excuse me. Okay, it's not that bad. Ren Pendergast.
Ah, welcome to the Scholia Arcana, young one. How may I be of assistance?
Rathir.
A city of splendors indeed. The Scholia Arcana shares the spire with a great many of the Alpha elite. Rathir has stood for centuries, through famine and through fire. It will stand for centuries more.
Order history.
Most would tell you that the Scholia Arcana is the continent's premier journal and lecture society, an order of learned mages and scholars. And that is true. It is simply not the whole truth. In time, you will learn what I mean. I have a feeling about you.
Okay, Nuala Ignis.
Ah, the great Nuala Ignis. She was something of a rising star among us, not unlike you. She also had quite the affinity for fire, I believe.
Oh, hence the name. Crafting.
Interested in a bit of sage crafting or alchemy? Itran Sgon or Red Thumbroom will be happy to help you out. Or if dispelling is your preference, try to find Artan Cade about. The man's a wizard with a ward.
Aod.
The fabled Irathi ruin that lies deep within the She of Dalentarth? I know the place. They say rogue sorcerers, foul worshippers of the fire god Vrakor, make haven in its halls.
Well, they did until I took care of it. Ethan Engar.
Few sorcerers possess the aptitude or the wisdom of savant Ethan Engar. The Scholia Arcana is lucky to have him.
Okay.
You can find me here.
Hello, merchant. Will O'Donnell.
I've been providing goods to the Order for over a decade. What's your interest?
I am here for, hopefully... Hey, a backpack upgrade. Well, never mind. I got everything I needed from you. Will O'Donnell.
I provide all members of the Scholia Arcana with the tools and items their training might require of them.
Scholia Arcana.
Worked here my whole life. I've seen things shocking enough to make you blind. It takes a certain kind to last long in this order, I think.
Rathir.
Largest city on the continent. At least it was once, before the gnomes refused to quit adding to Odessa. I'll be around if you need me.
I probably won't. I got everything I need from you. But thanks for the offer. Very hard, okay. Wasn't that bad. Arden Cade.
Wards can be a tricky thing if you don't know how to handle them. Another time.
Yeah, sure, I'll take your training.
Wards can be a tricky thing if you don't know how to handle them.
Alright, Arden Cade.
I am but a humble practitioner of the arts of dispelling. I share my knowledge with all who wish to learn.
Dispelling.
It is rather alarming, it seems, that more mages know how to create wards than undo them.
Rathir chapter.
The Rathir chapter certainly manages to provide the resources we need, be they financial, academic, or even personal. Another time.
They used the wrong personal there. They had personnel instead of personal.
Greetings.
Another prefect. Are you a prefect as well? Yep.
Greetings, neophyte.
I'm not quite ready to talk to you yet. Let me finish exploring and talking to the other NPCs. Red Thumbroom.
Alchemy is about creating something worth more than the sum of its parts.
Okay. Scully, well, yeah, it's true.
Find me here. Alchemy is about creating something worth more than the sum of its parts.
Rathir.
The great city of the Alfar has never fallen, and never will. At least, not until it does.
Alright, Red Thumbroom.
I can think of no greater mystery than what it must have been like for the first alchemists to sample the potions they made. I only wish I had been there.
Okay, Scholia Arcana.
Many, many years ago, I joined this hallowed order. I was young, tender at the age of 15, and gifted far beyond my rights in the art of magic. Ethan Engar recognized my potential even then. He was the first to show me the wonders of alchemy. I've been happily blowing my eyebrows off ever since.
Alright, as long as you're having fun. Oh, where'd she go?
Oh, is there something you need of me?
Earth and Nara.
Oh, well, not many care to inquire about me. Usually it's all about sage crafting and gem lattices. It's my work, you see.
Scholia Arcana.
A wonderful institution, if only for appropriating funding for the study of magic. You know, instead of using funds for silly things like weapons or entertainment.
Okay, Rathir chapter.
I have no idea why the chapter continues to schedule my practical sagecrafting lectures at the same time as the Sagecraft Theory Symposium.
Me neither.
Farewell.
Alright. Another NPC done. I don't know, can we go into the Archsage's quarters? Nope, it is warded against entry. I figured as much.
Hello.
Oh, darn thing. Darn stutter. Missed inopportune time. Initiate. Initiate. Prefect. Initiate. Itrin Scone. Or Scone.
Seems I lost the answer key I made for the symposium's next assignment. Oh well.
Ooh. Not ready for his training. Scholia Arcana.
Magic is more powerful than it ever has been. And who is more important in such a time as now than the Scholia Arcana?
Rathir chapter.
Oh dear. It seems that I've had my symposium scheduled at the same time as Earth and Nara's lecture. She's going to be cross.
Itrin Scone.
There is much that goes into the study of sagecrafting, but though some obsess with the practical forms, I devote myself to its theoretical elegance. Attend to your studies.
Alright. We're done with all the miscellaneous NPCs. Let's talk to the big guy himself.
Greetings, neophyte. So, a necromancer was behind Melaglir's disappearing villagers. Disturbing. My suspicions regarding your potential were well-founded. You are forthwith promoted to the rank of docent. As a docent, your first order of business is to the west, to speak with a man named Anchor Edmure.
Okay. Alarkara fell.
I imagine it rankled Adept Fell to no end that you were responsible for saving her life. That pleases me.
Okay. Ethan Engar.
I am a savant in our prestigious order. As scholars of the arcane, we are organized into various ranks according to our mastery of magic. Savant is the second highest rank of the order. My responsibilities may be difficult for you to comprehend until you are better versed in exactly what it is we do.
Here. I forgot to say here. The Archsage.
He is the most powerful practitioner of magic alive, that we know about at least. Few members of the Order ever get to meet the Archsage, to tell the truth. He's simply too busy doing whatever it is that Archsages do.
That's fair. Tell me about my next task.
You are to liaise with a man named Anchor Edmure, a rather enthusiastic sagecrafter from the village of Immer to the west. He often sends reports of mystical occurrences that usually turn out to be exaggerated tales of inebriated fever dreams. His latest cry for help, however, may hold some truth. Go to Immer, speak to the man, and find out what he means by Shardfall has come alive.
Okay, I remember Shardfall. Anchor Edmure. Yeah, whatever.
Wish to know more about him? I believe he is a sagecrafter of some ability. His ardor for magic is noble, but I fear he has never demonstrated the breadth of skill necessary to warrant an invitation to our order.
I haven't spoken with Edmure.
Let me know when you have figured out what is happening in Shardfall. In the meantime, I will continue studying the rather phenomenal properties of this sunstone.
Yeah, so Shardfall is that dungeon that was in the Cradle of Summer that I went inside of, but we reached a dead end. There was like a runic door or something in the way. Or just a wall. Alright, I think I'm going to call the episode here. In the next one, I'll meet you guys down at the, in the lower city, but we're going to go under in the lower tunnels, the wending, whatever it's called, where the, underneath the city. We're going to go underneath the city, so. Anyway, thanks for watching, and hope to see you guys in the next episode.